It is not a proper night around here until we finish it off with cartoon news. And I'm going to adjust this a bit because I got thrown off. I was organizing my room and putting books and stuff away, so let me try to use that. Will that work? That will work. There we go. So cartoon news. Cartoon news. Interesting things going on. Alright. Take care, Hardy. Thanks for coming by all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta stop stretching this out so long. Anyways, I'm gonna blitz through these because I want to talk about something at the end, and you guys probably don't know what I want to talk about, so I'll just go ahead and blitz through these everythings right now. The first thing ties into the show we were just watching. Just a reminder to all of you that Star Wars is forever going to exist forever. And how do we know this? Because the Clone Wars CGI series' 5th season is premiering. And I don't have anything more to add that you don't already have your own opinion on, because you already know what you think about the fact that George Lucas has been able to stretch out this series for 5 seasons, and that it will be on every single channel that you ever watch, and that there will be no escape from it whatsoever. No escape at all. But you know what? That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Because honestly, it's just the way the world, and it's not something you can change. At this point, you can't change it. It is nothing you can change. You will be subjected to this, and at this point, it's too late to change it. So why worry about it? That's the mindset for it. Why worry about it if it's too late to change it already? So we all know that the epic, like put in parentheses, are epic 5th season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the CGI version, not the Genji Tarkovsky miniseries, which should be in its 5th season, but it's not for some reason, is getting its world premiere coming up. So that'll be on Cartoon Network, and then you will see it on other networks as well, and blech. So, to that. To you, George Lucas. To you and your creation for all eternity. The only good thing that came out of the whole thing was the Robot Chicken sketches. Yeah, sure, let's go on that. The final step is acceptance. I mean, really, unless you want to go insane, I'm sure there's some of you who want to go insane, you kind of do have to just accept it. Because at this point, we can't do anything more about it. We may have had a chance to do something about it in its earlier stages, but at this point, no, it's not. No amount of people who oppose the show is going to get it to stop existing. It's just the way the world works. But you know what? That's okay. Enough of that. Don't want to talk about that. No more talking about that. No more talking about that at all. Because it'll just make us depressing. Because you had that motherfucking CGI and Star Wars. But anyways, the next step, more happy stuff. More happy stuff. This made me very happy. I was very happy to hear about this. I heard about this first on the forums over at Taybucket at DistilsBrigade.com/forums, and we were talking about just stuff that was going on. And one of the things I heard about was that the prestigious and highly acclaimed, by some people, cartoon regular show was the winner of a Daytime Emmy. I'm not kidding. A Daytime Emmy at the 64th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards, and regular show was one of the participants who actually won an award for outstanding achievement or thing, like recognized by the community that it was a success. I mean, Adventure Time had a couple Emmy nominations. Like, I think it was last year, or maybe the year before, probably this year even. And now regular show gets to be added to that list as well. Oh! Just really quickly, just throw out everything else that was nominated as well. I'm sorry, not nominated, actual winners. Like, we got winner, chicken dinner! And I will pull it up if my computer will stop lagging and going slow as tar, because it loves to do that. This lovely contraption of 2007 loves to go at really slow speeds. So, anyways. This is a good thing. This is good because I like regular show. I like its very irreverent sense of humor and how it doesn't really feel like it's pandering to either the older or the younger demographic. It feels very hipsterish. And I mean that in the good way. I mean the hipsters who do stuff just because they enjoy it, or kind of to oppose society, but also don't care about societal norms altogether. Just do not care. So, anyways, the overall winner, just overall winner list here is, in order, for Outstanding Animated Program, we had The Penguins of Madagascar. And not a bad show, one of Nickelodeon's better series at the moment. For Outstanding Short Format Animated Program, we have Regular Show, because it's not like one 30-minute episode, it's two 15-minute episodes clumped together, so that's why it's short format. And then for the Outstanding Voiceover Performance, oh, I'm gonna love this, we had Maurice LaMarche from his roles in Futurama, because he does like every other behind-the-scenes voice in that show. So, yeah, Maurice LaMarche, voice of Brain, and lots of other characters from all of cartoon history, is the winner for this year. And as far as some individual achievements, Phineas and Ferb won an award, Prep and Landing on ABC won an award, and Secret Mountain for Awesome won 2 awards actually for their art designs. So, yeah, there's your list of the animated TV programs that won awards. I'm behind that. I'm behind that all. Yeah, Maurice, I can get behind. We can all get behind that. That show got an award, but I don't really have a problem with any of the ones. I mean, Phineas and Ferb, I don't mind so much. I don't really know this one on ABC so much. I don't really have any opinions on that at all. But if Regular Show got an Emmy Award, if Regular Show got it, I'm happy. I am very happy. So, yay for me, and yay for all of existence. And speaking of things that we can be all yay for, kind of, this is a update for people who are interested in this film coming out. We all know that Tim Burton loves to milk his products for all they're worth, and so what's the next best thing to do is to re-release Frankenweenie, obviously, from a short film to a feature-length film. Okay, that's not new news. But for those of you who are following the progress of this film, we have recently released behind-the-scenes featurettes available. Like, I know a lot of films, particularly stop-motion films, seem to like to do this. I know there was a couple featurettes for the Pirates Band of Misfits when it came out, so it's good to see the process behind that. I think that people are trying to, or the creators are trying to build a greater sense to teach people the process of making the film. It's not just shoot the camera and action. No, you gotta actually design the characters, and you have to move them meticulously, and you have to also integrate new CGI technology with the older style of stop motion. So there you go, a bit of a behind-the-scenes feature of people who may be interested in making their own stop-motion films. I'm not really that optimistic about Frankenweenie compared to Paranorman, which is obviously a superior film. Controversial statement there, but, well. But it's going to hopefully revitalize the stop-motion community by having films that do have these sort of featurettes added to them, so good for them. Very good for them. Also, Disney they have a history of having behind-the-scenes videos for all their stuff. Like they had the Walt Disney World TV program where it was like behind the scenes of our latest movie coming out. So apparently keeping that tradition alive. I personally probably won't be going to see Frankenweenie because it's just not for me. Just not for me. But that's alright. That's not why it was created. It was created to put other people in the seats. I just don't happen to be one of them. Now, as for this last story for the night, like this is the last actual story, the event coming up that may interest some of you who are interested in voice acting. The Voices voice casting group has announced that they have scheduled for upcoming events for September and October, and this includes Meet the Pros session with Rob Paulsen, who is the voice actor of every high-pitched cartoon character from the past 20 years, and the proclaimed, prestigious, and amazing voice director, ADR director, Andrea Romano, who basically was the person who cracked the whip at Warner Brothers ever since the 1990s, and is really awesome with that. And so, all these events are taking place at, let me scroll down here, are taking place at the Voice Tracks West, Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, California, is it? Yeah, so there's reservation information on the link down there, but basically a long list of get-togethers and meets with different voice actors. It's kind of like what San Diego Comic-Con is for the whole nerd community, except this specifically for voice actors. Romano, the goddess! She is! Everyone loves Romano! Everyone loves Andrea Romano because she does a lot of good work and she understands the complexity of subtle voice changes, like a gasp, like the subtlest thing, like a gasp has to be specific, like or like those subtle differences really make a difference there. And away from the voice actors. Okay, so that's all the news updates there. New behind-the-scenes footage, new voice acting material, awards given out, and the premiere of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Not a happy camper. And I'm even a least happy camper when I switch over to the last thing to mention. This last thing it's like a kernel in my brain, trying to tear it out in order to get some satisfaction out of itself, because it's not giving me any satisfaction. Okay, really simple here, okay. For those of you who watch videos that are hosted on blip.tv, it's a pretty popular video hosting site, they have commercials attached to them, and it's pretty used that by now. One particular commercial that kind of made me want to jump off cliffs and kill baby seals with a club was a premiere for a new cartoon coming to Comedy Central that is being produced by Tosh Pointo. He's actually an actor in it. And it looks really, really bad. Like, it looks really, really insulting. Like, it is... Okay, there's two reasons this makes me bad. Really upset. It's like, it takes place in a park where there's a talking bear, and all the rangers are really irresponsible, and there's a lot of vulgar humor, a lot of swearing, lots of sexual humor. It looks like a Seth MacFarlane product. There's no denying it. It is entirely dependent upon the formula that Seth MacFarlane set up. The jump cuts, the gags that are like cutaway gags, like there's a gag where the bear is like pouring AIDS into someone's soup, or set up a party for the only Black Ranger, oh my gosh, and it happens to be everyone in Ku Klux Klan uniforms, or a joke where he takes the batteries out of a woman officer's vibrator, and it's... Oh, wow, yeah, that's just kind of hurts. It just kind of hurts to talk about. And it looks like a Seth MacFarlane product. The problem is that this is an imitation of a series that is already pretty bad to begin with, so not only is Seth MacFarlane's work not going away, it's inspiring other people to try their hand at it. And I don't know why I should be surprised, because it's garnered a large amount of people who love it. Like, the comment section on, like, the preview clips on Comedy Central's YouTube page for this show are a mix between people saying it's going to suck and people who say, oh, this is so funny, I can't wait to see this. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you Is this really what you people want? Is this really what the future of adult and animation is supposed to be for the rest of your life? Because if MacFarlane kind of screwed things up on Fox as it was, do we really need a continuation of his style, the art style, the humor style, the black comedy style, the does not give a good goddamn about anyone else's style, continuing on in other cartoons? Apparently yes, and if anyone else was going to rip it off, it better as well be Daniel Tosh. Yeah, this isn't very informative, is it? This is just a very foul opinion of it, and I wish I could vocalize the opinion in a way that doesn't make me sound like really vulgar myself, but it almost makes you kind of sick to think about that this is what's getting produced, and probably even sicker to realize that it's going to have a large amount of people who support it. A very large amount of people are probably going to watch the show, give it good ratings, and are going to, well, the critics probably won't give very good ratings, but that doesn't matter. The DVD sales will be pretty good, and the viewership will be good, and everyone else who supported Daniel Tosh is going to watch this show. And it's not even subtle about it. Even the commercials for it, like after one of the Rangers like runs over the bears and kills them, or something like that, the announcer says, yeah, it's that kind of cartoon. It's like, say, how is this a kind of cartoon by now? How is this a style that needs its own demographic, needs its own genre? I don't know how we got to this point. Well, I have a bit of an idea, but the point is, yeah, avoid this, by all means, please, avoid this. Don't even look up, don't even look up preview clips, don't do anything that might give the show any extra attention, because it's got more than enough attention already, and it's not going to do anything. It probably isn't going to do anything that McFarlane already didn't make me upset about, but it's just going to make me even more upset, because it's not even McFarlane at this point. Like, it's the most blatant ripoff of his style and his jokes and everything that I have ever seen out of his products in a series ever. No attempt to hide it whatsoever. Yes, Rob, please review this. At the very least, get the word out about how everyone should avoid this. Like, I'm praying that this is going to be like the next... what was that one show on Fox that was like a South Park kind of show where it's like this rich kid had to go to public school. I can't remember what it was called anymore, but it was like so bad that it got canceled before the first season was even able to over. So Alan Gregory, that's it. Thank you, game fan, Alan Gregory. Let's pray it's like that, where it's so poorly received that no one watched it ever again. And that's all I have. I cannot say anything else that you couldn't probably already figure out just based on the common consensus that this show does not deserve any additional credit at all. Yeah, we forgot about Alan Gregory way fast. And good for that, because it existed far longer than it should have. Oh well. 3 men, 2 women, and a large-headed animal. How could it possibly be ripping off? Yeah, thank you, Jaquel. That is a comparison. I mean, the whole character, the bear in this show is pretty much like the carbon copy of Stewie, right down to the large-headed, small-bodied character design. Not even subtle about it, man. Not even trying to hide it. So there's that, and that's the worst. That's the worst, thankfully. That's not even news. That's just like something that can easily be avoided. Don't watch it. Don't support it. The worst part is that Blip commercials demand that you do see it. So if you've been forced to watch the commercial on Blip, and I'm assuming by now you probably have, I apologize. I apologize on behalf of Blip and Daniel Tosh, even though I have no association with them whatsoever. I apologize. So avoid the show at all costs and enjoy the rest of your life without this series. Pretty please. So that's the end of that. Have a better life. Don't support shows like this. And screw you, Daniel Tosh. Your kind is not wanted on this planet. Maybe back in the French Revolution era, but in this time period, no thank you. I'll stick with The Daily Show, thank you. Oh!